All right, ladies and gentlemen, okay, very quick one. I trade, I'm showing you trading strategy you can always use for your trading. And of course, things make very simple now. There's no need you borrowing money to trade Forex. There's no need. First of all, why do they not need? There's no need you borrowing money to trade Forex because why? Atlas is just there for you. Now, generally, Profem is there for you not to borrow money to trade Forex, to be very candid. Now, the whole essence of trading or borrowing money, number one, maybe you do not have money at all. Number two, maybe the money you are trading with is too small. You agree with me that you will struggle with little funds to trade. That's the truth. Just like it's just because of these days that we now have wider spread that you are having opportunity to trade with little money. I'm not going to go into detail about in terms of leverage giving, right? So leverage, like for instance, if you want to, let's say, if you want to run a business now, let's say you want to run Dangote business, you want to be running Dangote sales of Dangote cement. Now, the highest Dangote cement they can give to you, they can say, okay, if you are buying 5 trucks, we'll give you 10. So 2x leverage is what they can give to you. So meaning would pay for 5 truck, we'll give you additional 5 trucks. So when you finish selling, you give to us back. That's the whole idea. Then, or some they can give you maybe maximum they can give to you in any company. I'm not sure it's possible, maybe times 5, because you are not the only one there. Now, so in Forex now, so what now make it easy is that in Forex, you're actually coming and have power of leverage. But that's why you need to be conservative. Your power of leverage is that you put in one, you put in $1, you put in. So imagine like I use Capital Extend as my major broker. Imagine Capital Extend give you one to 1,000, 1 to 5,000. So that means if I put in $1, I have capacity to trade volume of 5,000. That's what it means. But of course, if you are not risk averse and know how to trade, to manage your trade, that's the way to you waste it. But what we're not telling you is that you have volumes of 5,000 to trade. So now let's look at this one now. This is Atlas. First is that normally in prop firm, how it works is that you pay, for instance, let's go to Atlas now. Let's look at this. We have one step, we have two step. Okay, this is one step, for instance. One step, you want to buy on one step up to, 50. Atlas have introduced this one. I never knew, but I'm not sure they will give it to access. They won't give it to access. Are you serious? Atlas is trying to compete with Atlas is trying to compete with Funded Next. Wow. Okay, so now let's click out. Let's look at it. Look at Atlas. If I do one-step evaluation is that so you have to do maybe, okay, so that means you want to do 11%. But they say profit target 11%. That means your phase, if you are doing one phase, you are doing 11% of the account. So if you buy $100,000, you need to do 11% one phase. Okay. Then you have overall drawdown. Your overall drawdown is going to be 7%, while your daily drawdown is 4%. This is not too bad. Then you are buying very cheap. I think they even have a promo that is still going on. October flash. Use cash flow to off this. Well, but maybe I think that's what's already available there. Oct flash. Okay. So maybe it's already okay. Yeah. Wow. This promo is massive. Ordinarily, you're supposed to pay on Atlas Funded, you're supposed to pay $538. But because of this, wow. Then exclusive discount, first time with Atlas Funded. So you type new, okay? Then you have 50% flash. Wow. So if you're first time, you're having 50% flash. So imagine $538. $538. $538, right? Divide by 2. Wow. You are paying 269. All right. if you are buying for the first time, 269 to buy 100K account. Wow, this is massive. So if you are buying 200K account, you are paying $543. Guys, I don't think you need to play with this. Now, if you're the first time you're buying your account, you are paying 50%. So 50% of what? 50% of 988. Let's look at it. 988 divided by 2. You are paying $494. What? All right, $494 to buy Atlas Funded because of the first time. That is if you are doing one step. So if you are doing two steps, let's look at this step. Wow, this is stupendous. So if you are doing two steps, 200K is going to be $928. So divide by 2 if it's the first time you are buying. Divide by 2, $928. Divide by 2. So you are paying $469. All right. But with this Atlas 45, that's Octo Flash, that's you are paying $510 if you are coming back. So now the advantage of the two-step is this. In the two-step, your profit target phase one is 18,000. That's about 9%. Wow. So 9%. Yeah, am I correct? Yes, 9%. Then your second target is 5%. So 9 plus 5 is 14%. But in funded next is first is 8%, while this is 5%. So amazing, right? Then you have overall drawdown, you have 10%, and you have this. So I think if you are buying this, one of the two advantages is this. Look at it, look at the advantages. So when you now start, when you get funded, you have maximum drawdown 10% and daily drawdown 5%. So these are just the various advantage and disadvantage of it then. All right. So now why I'm saying this, so this is to buy. Okay, this is to buy. Now, if you are doing access, you want to do 3-step, I think it's extremely cheap. Okay, extremely cheap. 3-step, this I think 6% each. So altogether still come to 18%. Okay, altogether still come to 18%. So, but now this is the one I want to show to you. And this one I want to show to you, what is your disadvantage? So if you do one step, your profit target is 6%. So $6,000. To buy 100,000 account, you're only spending $10, but you are paying more higher. So you are paying way more higher. But because you already have your confidence, so you are paying more way higher. So because you can imagine now that you are paying $800 and something, and I'm not sure you can participate on the promo. I'm not sure. So because you can participate on the promo, okay, so you are paying more higher, but this is the advantage. You can trade until you pass before you pay. So your overall 6%, while the daily drawdown is 3%. So let's say you are buying 50K. So 50K, you are paying more higher. That's right, $458. So once you pass, they will take $10 from this 458. You are paying 448 to now claim your account. But if it's like this is for one step, if it's for two-step, 100K, you are paying 790 something. Okay, so 100K for two-step. But if you are doing one step, it's going to be more expensive, 868. 100K is about 1,000 something dollars, about $1,678. But of course, the advantage is that you only pay when you pass. So if you lose it, you only lost $10. That's the thing I want to show to you. Okay. Then if you are doing so, imagine if it's not access, if it's normal, not access, if it's normal, not access. Okay. So see two-step now, 100K. Wow, that's a wolf. That's a wolf. So for me, that's a wolf. That's the cheapest you can find now. I'm sure that is the cheapest you can find now. So that means you have your money. Now, this is the point. You don't have these 200 and something dollars to play with now. So, but you can play with $10. But if you have up to 200 and something dollars to play with now, why not? You buy 100K, you can even buy two. Let's do one arithmetic. Let's do one arithmetic. If we are doing access, 100K, you are spending $868, but you can only try with, so then, but if you are doing that's for one step, okay, for one step. Then if you are doing normal step without access, one step, you are paying just $298, like $295. So you can buy two or three. That's another dimension. So, but what I want to say is that you can buy Atlas, maybe two or three Atlas, and then so one should be on Trade Locker, and one should be on Trade Locker, and one should be on MT5. Now, why do I say so? I want to teach you something on Trade Locker. I want to teach you something on Trade Locker. So, because you are going to be using TradingView, but not all tools you can use on TradingView. So, I just combine some things here, talking about the trend indicator and then momentum indicator. So, you can use MACD, momentum indicator, and trend like 50 moving average and Ichimoku cloud. The settings, if you are in my inner forum, you can have access to the setting of the Ichimoku. We have Ichimoku cloud. Then the setting, I'm sure you look at this, my MACD, look like MT5 MACD. There is a setting for that. Okay. Now, so let's go. I want to trade, for instance, so you have to identify. Now, we always say that markets are traded this way, these two ways. Number one, you want to see the trend, first of all. So your whole summary of trading is like this. One, trend. So that is trend identification. Two, point of interest. Three, entry and exit. So trade management. All right, these are the four major things you are looking at. Of course, trend, now your working activities. Number one, you're checking, is there any update, economic news for the day and all of that? If there are none, okay, no problem. So I want to see this market is an uptrend. Okay, if it's an uptrend, to what extent are we going to go? To what extent are we going to go? So when I come in a day, I see that it's an uptrend, no, right? So probably I want to look at on my daily time frame quickly. Let's look at the daily time frame. Day. You can see that the market actually started from here today and it has moved massively. That's good. Okay, that's very good. So the market has moved, has even taken out the high, and of course, maybe to retest the high and continue. Okay, so that's a lovely one. Then I'll go to maybe a medium time frame. It's like 4 hours. And then you have seen the 4 hours. Probably if you look at it now, I can look at the other side. But when you are trading, you are looking at liquidity. So the question I will ask myself is that, are we going to sustain this high? Are we going to sustain this high? If we're not going to sustain it, we return back, that means going to be a kind of sweep of liquidity. So I'm not going deeper, I'm just trying to show you, how I use, okay. So look at it. It's like we want to be sustained. Let's look at 3 hours or something. Okay. Because this is bullish candle. This one has come. I think it came down here. It's going to continue. But there's something I may want to wait for. Maybe when a new market session open, for me to know that if the market is actually going to. But in a nutshell, so if I cannot find gold, let's just look for another instrument. I'm just trying to show us an aspect through which the market is bullish. But however, we look at it now, it has been so bullish. We need a pullback as it were, maybe parked to the cloud. This is Ichimoku cloud. Then before a buy. So, but that means I'm waiting for a particular market open, maybe London session, right? Now, let me look for another instrument quickly so that we can be on the same. Let me look for Euro USD. So any instrument I can just implement. Oh, so this one was sold before. Okay, so I have my key level marking and all of that. So there are things you need to know. Now, but you have to be very careful about the way you just depend on indicator so that you will not miss things, model things together, because you're all supposed to have your key levels marked and all of that. So let me look for, which instrument can I look for now? Okay, so I probably will have to go to my trading view to see more bigger, and then I can be on watch list. Okay, so let's go. AUD JPY. Let's look at AUD JPY, something like that. So AUD JPY, you can see that perhaps this is more or less like a downtrend. So let's look at on daily first. So AUD JPY, no, so one of the things is that, okay, it's an uptrend, okay? It's an uptrend of the cloud. Now the market opens. Where are we actually going? I think it came down first for moving. Whatever swept it low. So I'm going to go to 4 hours. Or 4 hours is below the cloud, but the cloud is still green. Okay, so we're already having a kind of division. So look at the MACD. So let's go to 1 hour. So I just want to find a trade to execute. So look at 15 minutes. Playing a reversal or something. I like to find a trade on a good structure. Okay, let me just take the gold because I think gold is bullish, and for the fact that, well, it has even pulled back and I missed it. Yes, pull back and I missed it. Yes, there was a good pullback here, but I missed it. So let's say I'm taking gold, so I'm just going to take a very small position here. Now, this is the point I want to highlight. Gold is bullish, but ordinarily are supposed to wait because a session, look at it, a session probably has just closed and the new session to begin. So do you understand? So if the new session begin, so what I expect is that when the new session begin, that's a London section by the next 1 hour plus, because this is Frankfurt now. The next 1 hour plus, I probably want to see how the London session take out the high and then we'll sell down, or at least take out the high, we pull back, or we pull back and do the continuation. So that means I want to look at their point of interest that the market could return back to. So looking at it probably on 1 hour or 4 hours, as it were. So we have a little kind of fair value gap down here that the market could return back to before continuing to buy. So, but now I have bought. So what do I do simple? It's just for me to go into Okay, my stop loss. Remember, just do this. You're supposed to wait for the retracement. So put my stop loss below here. This is going to be very bogus anyway. 4130. 4130. That's 120 something dollars. So my take profit is 4203. Just am I correct? No. Okay. Now, so what I'm doing is that, so ordinarily, my trade, remember I'm looking for entry, but you know that you are in an uptrend. So I said, now that one session just closed, you want to wait for the next session that will open. For next session that will open, we probably take out the high and now sell, or take out the high and pull back massively. So that's why you want to wait for the next session open and all of that. So outside that, now if you go to a lower time frame, your MACD will have given you in and out of entry, exit. Why? How? Look at when the crash here, the MACD crash, and we were down. Then when we have a crossover here, then you are up. So, but right now is invariably we are still in an uptrend. But was it a perfect entry? No, because the market is still just marveling and all of that. But you want to have it sustainable this point, right? Or come back to take out this low and continue the movement. Okay, so that's why patience is very, very important when you come into the market. You know, we have entered a trade down, which is supposed to probably wait for maybe pullback. Okay, so using MACD and then 50 moving average is very powerful that you can always follow, but you have to understand market structure, right? For you to maximize all of this. So how do I add indicators and all of that on your trading view is very simple. You'll see indicators, or sometime on your trading view, what you're going to have is like a sign. If you have many futures of things available there, you see something like this. So anything you are looking for on your platform, place your cursor on it to tell you the name of that thing. Then you now put and type MACD, MACD. And when you type MACD, MACD, that's moving average, convergent, divergence. You add it. Then the next you want to add is EMA, exponential moving average. You type EMA, it's a moving average exponential. You add it up, and then you have to go to the settings to set it to 50 moving average. And once that is done, if you want to add the Kimoku cow, you can add it just for fun of it. But don't allow your page to be too clumsy. It's too rowdy and clumsy, it's not making sense at all. So you have to make it very simple so that you can see clearly. Now, one of the good things about MACD is that when momentum is still strong, it's going to tell you. Like when the market start moving here, you come up here to the zero line. As far as the market is still above the zero line, it tends to be bullish or as an uptrend. So when you have a crossover, even this crossover, because you already have some key level mark before, and your bias is you're bullish, you see this one as a major pullback. You can see that after the pullback, what happened? Market continued to rally up as it were. Okay, so let's look at that instrument quickly, like the Euro USD I was talking about. Okay, Euro USD, AUD JPY, AUD USD, AUD USD, AUD card, AUD card. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to just fine tune any good market. Okay. Okay. Oh, UBPSNG. UD card. Okay. So let's look at 4 hours. I think one of the issue you get is that once the market, you are close to sessions close and new session open. I think patience is very virtue, a very strong virtue that you must imbibe on and wait as patiently as possible. That you don't run into counter trend kind of market. Yeah, so I think that's one of the major things. So, but the MACD Jimoku Cloud, what this one will help you for divergence, both in RSI to help you in divergence, help you in momentum, and then so you can now follow the trend to enjoy the market as it were. Okay, so like me now, when the market return back to somewhere here, sweep liquidity, or here as 4165, sweep the liquidity and continue to rally it up, add more positions. And I think that's the sweet nature of this trading. Then with this indicator, it's not what you are depending on, but you are using it to as a kind of roadmap to find around what you want to do. Okay? So that's just it. Number one, you don't need to struggle to get funds, stop borrowing money, use prop firm. To lose the account, you only lose the money you use in buying. Then with Atlas, you only lose $10. That's Atlas access. You use the access, you spend $10. When you now pass, look for the money pay, and then get started. Right? So I think that's just the basic out. Let us know. You don't need to borrow fund to trade. Things are more decentralized. Broker give you widespread of leverage. So with that, you can maximize your trade. All right. So look at the comment section. You see links there to register on the necessary important thing that appeals to you. And then let's write together. Thank you. You have a nice time. Bye.